So we had a writer write in, and we're not going to read it, but it was lengthy in a good way. So we love when you leave us comments or email us. I am Reid Mihalko from readaboutsex.com.
I'm Cathy Vertilli from theintimacydojo.com.
And the question was, they've been living together. When they met, it was sex all the time. They're also in the non-monogamous swing lifestyle, and there's all sorts of fun and debauchery that they enjoyed together. They moved in together, and now it's 2 years later, and one of the partners isn't interested in sex with each other anymore, although sounds like from the email that they're still interested in having sex outside of the relationship. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like at events where they go together. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't sound like there's cheating or anything like that. They've been going to therapy for 2 years, it says. Mm-hmm. And he still doesn't want to have sex with her, with the person who wrote in. We think it's a her. Well, it makes sense because if they say swinging, that's pretty guy-girl. So if it was two gay men in the swinging scene, that would be an interesting situation. And write in if you're that person, because I want to talk to you about what your struggles are. That being said, and then we just hit record because we started the conversation. Like, I don't have a lot of advice for if you're going to therapy and you're being conscious mm-hmm. about this, and your partner still doesn't want to have the sex with you, because they were also writing in about the importance of them having their intimate connection mm-hmm. together for the health of their relationship. Now, I know relationships that are sexless, and they're totally healthy. They just, both people aren't really into the sex with each other. Mm-hmm. But the companionship and why they're in a relationship works great. Mm-hmm. It sounds like from here that this person would like sex from their partner. Yeah. And now it's like, well, what do we do? We've been, they've been going to therapy, so good job. Like, you're looking at resources. I don't know what it says about you that now you're writing to us. I don't know. But if we are your last line of defense, I what does that mean, actually? And I'm teasing. Maybe we can share something that's useful, or maybe another video will have the magic aha moment. That you're asking and looking for resources puts you in a totally different category of person and what's possible. I'm really curious if your partner is seeing a therapist solo. Because, and this is my aha moment, they may need to just work on stuff themselves, for themselves, that is kind of hard to do when it's a couple session. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to shame them for being somebody who doesn't want to have sex with somebody. Why are you still in a relationship with a partner who wants to have sex with you when you don't want to have sex with them? That's tricky because I don't see how that's going to be sustainable over time, mm-hmm. right? So I would question that.
Especially since it sounds like it's important to her. And there are, like you said, there are some marriages or relationships where there isn't sex, but hopefully the people are matching up better with that. Mm-hmm. I've also seen it be an issue of control, where one person really wants to have sex and the other person feels pressured. And mm-hmm. because they know that other person really wants it, it feels like they can't relax and be who they're kind of feeling this energetic pull. Mm-hmm. And so learning to be okay, take care of your own needs and your own sexual feelings, and seeing what is the experience you'd like to have from the sex. There may be other ways you can get some of your tanks filled with him or with other people that may make it feel less like, I really want you to have sex with me. Because when some people, when they feel that, it brings up old stuff, and mm-hmm. It's harder for them to go forward even if they want to. Mm-hmm.
Now understand, we are not therapists mm-hmm. or counselors, nor
we don't play one on TV.
We don't play them on television, although if somebody hired me to do that, I think I would make a great television therapist. On like CSI or something like that, I think I would be great.
So, CSI if you...
Or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How come? That would be great.
Oh, wow.
That being said, that's irrelevant and it's not helping this person right now.
No, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we can be sex therapists.
See, now we're not helping at all.
I'm sorry.
Sex therapist of S.H.I.E.L.D. That being said, wow, this is the whole thing. Nick Fury, how do you feel about that, Nick? Okay, so here's the thing. I had a thought. I also don't want to make it sound like if your partner goes and gets therapy for themselves, that's the magic bullet for this whole thing. Why I want to applaud you as a couple for seeking resources is now you're at least being proactive. And I'm just curious what's going on for your partner, and the obvious things being like, is there a lot of stress at work? Did you guys just have a baby recently? What are those things that had things shifted that aren't just about we've been together for 2 years and we moved in? Mm-hmm. The other thing that might help, and again, I don't know your situation, so I'm just taking shots in the dark here. Have you guys tried staying together but not living together? Like, take some baby steps backwards to see if any of that sparks something. Mm-hmm. Because again, maybe part of what's going on is that you live together and you're great living together, but it kind of takes the spontaneity and the eroticism out of the relationship. And Esther Perel wrote a really great book called Mating in Captivity that I think just people should read in general, and that can help give you, both of you, some languaging and some ways of thinking about what happens when we live together and how that can be the kiss of death to spontaneity and eroticism. I'm not saying that's the answer, but again, since you're already looking for tools and resources, that's a really good book and a really useful resource just in general.
It can also help, it's helped me anyway, to get clarity on where I stand in the relationship. There's a couple questions I ask myself when there's a conflict. One of the questions I got from a book I read years ago, but he was saying, would you get in a relationship with this person if this is how things were on the third date? Would you go further? Because we often have a history with someone, and we maybe hoping things will be like they were, or hoping, kind of relying on the history and that wealth of experiences, but that person may not be who you want to be with now. And it's not saying you shouldn't be with them, but just asking yourself the question, if this person was like this on the third date, would I still want to be with them? Mm-hmm. Can give you some clarity and a fresh perspective. Yeah,
but it also sounded like things were going great for a long time, mm-hmm. and then there were changes. So almost like a food elimination diet. Mm-hmm. Start eliminating the things that you've done in the last 2 years and see if any of those things change it. And it might not.
I'm not saying they shouldn't do that, but I'm saying also getting clarity on your bottom lines.
Needs. Absolutely.
So you're not kind of like, do I stay, do I go? Like, this is what I really need to be in a relationship with this person. I'm willing to wait a while and try to work on things, but if we can't resolve this issue, it's really not working for me. Just having that clarity for me, it takes away some of the chaos and confusion.
Well, because you'll start building up resentment, and then you're gonna napalm the relationship eventually anyway.
Yeah.
So and then you don't have to have hard feelings about it. You can actually start having mature conversations now about what actual needs are.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to hold things against each other, because we're just going through whatever we're going through, and you don't always know what's gonna happen or who you really are until a year or two into something, and nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
All right, great job.
Yeah, really good question, and we hope things work out beautifully for you.
Good luck. Leave comments. Bye.